The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
You're watching DC News Now at 9.
Ahead tonight, we're tracking a risk of severe weather for the weekend.
Exactly right. It's going to be an interesting day tomorrow as storms roll in. We'll break down the timing of those here in just a bit.
And breaking tonight, abortion drug mifepristone will stay on the market for now. We are tracking the temporary victory for abortion allies and what comes next.
Plus, a mistake that may have cost lives. 3 bodies pulled from the Anacostia River and now mounting questions about the minutes leading up to the emergency response.
And from a near record-breaking heat today to possible severe weather tomorrow. Good Friday evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Tasmeen Mahfouz.
And I'm Annalisa Gale, filling in for Chris Flanagan. You're taking a live look outside now at the nation's capital. The mugginess starting to wear off as a cold front now moves in. Joining us now in the studio is meteorologist Damon Matson.
Yeah, he's in for Chief Meteorologist Nessa Webb tonight. And Damon, lots of people outside today. Tomorrow it's going to be a different story, though, because we're going to be looking at a DMV first warn day.
Yeah, exactly. You just saw the video there. Everybody out enjoying the mostly summer-like conditions. We got a preview to June and July today, no question. And it's going to stay very warm and quiet this evening as we don't have much of anything going on the satellite and radar picture near D.C. and the DMV. However, just off to our west, we can see that storm system building and gaining a little bit of strength as it slowly works toward us. And it will be running into all of that warm air that we have put into place throughout the day today. And that warm air sticks around, of course, tonight. We'll wake up tomorrow morning to very mild temps in the 60s. It's still going to be quiet as you begin your Saturday morning. And throughout the first half of the day, we're looking good to go. But it's going into the afternoon that things are going to get a little bit dicey as here you go. The severe storms outlook here shows a level 2 out of 5 risk in the yellow for D.C., I-95 into southern Maryland. Even that lower threat level 1 risk expands back to the north and west as we are expecting those strong to severe storms. Now, when exactly can you expect those in your backyard and what threats could they pose if those storms turn severe? We'll have your full forecast in just a bit.
Amen. Thank you. So remember, DC News Now is first on the air when dangerous weather hits. And when we're not going live, we still got you covered online. Just go to dcnewsnow.com and we've got an interactive radar on our website as we track the weather in real time. And also be sure to download our DC News Now weather app to sign up for alerts where you live.
Well, now that breaking news in the national battle over abortion. This was the scene outside the U.S. Supreme Court this evening as justices ruled to keep women's access to one of the most widely used abortion pills on the market for now. The Supreme Court rejected the lower courts imposing restrictions while a lawsuit continues. The White House responding to this ruling, they say that they now stand by the FDA's evidence that the abortion pill is safe.
Yeah, so this is the first major action from the Supreme Court on abortion since overturning Roe v. Wade last year.
Now, it all comes after a federal judge in Texas struck down the FDA's decades-old approval for mifepristone. The court's action today will likely leave access to the pill unchanged at least into next year. As appeals play out, 2 of the 9 justices, Samuel Alito, who authored last year's decision overturning Roe v. Wade, and Clarence Thomas voting to allow restrictions to remain in effect.
And developing now a $5 million settlement in the lawsuit over the 2017 killing of Bijan Geyser by 2 U.S. Park police officers.
You'll remember this happened after a bizarre slow-speed chase back in November of 2017 that extended into Fairfax County. Now, dash cam video showed officers opening fire on Geyser, who was not armed, as his Jeep slowly rolled away from them. After his death, his family continued to press for justice. Federal prosecutors repeatedly declined to charge the officers. As part of the settlement with Geyser, families members now, Park Police did not admit to any wrongdoing. A federal judge must still sign off on a deal.
And developing in the district, 3 people are dead after their car plunged into the Anacostia River. And we're now learning the rescue may have been delayed when first responders were sent to the wrong area. Take a listen to a snippet of the 911 call.
You guys find anything yet?
Nothing yet. We're searching.
South Street Bridge right now. I just got off the phone with the plane. She's now fading the Frederick Douglass Bridge.
Yeah, so the car dove into the water under the Frederick Douglass Memorial Bridge just before 11 last night, but crews were mistakenly sent a mile and a half away to the 11th Street Bridge. DC's Office of the Unified Communications now investigating why. Meanwhile, we're learning one of the three victims is a 47-year-old Tim Jean Mundell. We also spoke today to DC's auditor who's been investigating mistakes by the district's 911 call center, what she has to say coming up in a couple of minutes.
Well, a milestone tonight for Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin following his last chemotherapy treatment for lymphoma. Raskin, whose district is in Montgomery County, talked about being cancer-free last night during a conversation with a group called Bold Progressives.
The doctors tell me that the chemotherapy has extinguished the cancer cells, at least as far as they can tell. It's almost extinguished me in the process, but I'm hanging in there and I'm going to make it through. And so I want to thank you guys for standing by me and standing with me this whole time. And they promised me that my eyelashes and my eyebrows and my hair will come back one day soon. So fingers crossed there.
Oh, good for him. Raskin was diagnosed 4 months ago. He started wearing bandanas when his hair was falling out. He calls them chemo head cover fashions.
And we have team coverage tonight of developing news in the National Football League. Several players have been suspended for violating the league's gambling policy.
That's right, including a member of the Washington Commanders. All right, Daniel Hamburg is live outside FedEx Field with how fans or betting experts now are reacting tonight to this.
Yeah, first we're going to go to our sports director, Derek Forrest, who joins us in the studio with the latest. And Derek, this is all a result of an investigation by the NFL.
Yeah, most certainly. Commanders defensive end Shaka Toney was one of 5 players suspended by the NFL Friday for gambling on sports. Now, Toney, who is entering his 3rd season, has been suspended indefinitely by the league and will miss at least the 2023 season for betting on NFL games. Now, it is not clear if Toney bet on Commanders games or not, but regardless, gambling on NFL games is very much frowned upon by the league. It's important to note Toney was one of 5 players suspended. However, 2 Lions players were suspended 6 games because they bet on college games, which you're allowed to do. But they did it while inside an NFL facility, which goes against the NFL's gambling policy. Now, in a statement from the Commanders, they said, quote, "We have been made aware of the suspension of Shaka Toney. We have cooperated fully with the NFL's investigation since receiving notice and support the league's findings and actions. All further questions on the topic should be directed to the NFL League office," unquote. As for the on-the-field stuff, this shouldn't impact the team much. Toney was a 7th-round pick in 2021, playing in 25 career games where he accumulated 16 total tackles and 1.5 sacks. He can also apply for reinstatement after he serves his suspension.
Eric, thank you. And also, this news has some Commander fans siding with the NFL and others siding with the players. This has every major sports team in our area has a betting facility in or next to the complex. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg spent the afternoon at FedEx Field talking with fans and also a sports betting expert. And Daniel, that expert isn't surprised by the NFL's response.
Tasmin, he is not, because he says the one big thing the league and the teams are afraid of is corruption when it comes to sports betting, though the NFL said in a statement that no insider information was used in these cases.
There are rules of ethics, and in these cases, the players clearly violated them.
That's how Kenneth Wood feels after 5 NFL players were suspended for betting on football games, including Commanders defensive end Shaka Toney.
Can't do that. You see what I'm saying? It specifically says that in your contract and the collective bargaining agreement that you have with the NFL Players Association.
But not every fan feels the same way. Isaiah Neesmith thinks players should have the right to bet on other games.
I don't believe in somebody gambling when they're playing in the game. But if a game that you're not playing in, I don't see the reason why, because they done passed the law gambling everywhere anyhow.
The concern with players is about corruption.
If bettors think that some people have insider information that they don't, then all of a sudden you have problems with sponsorships, you have problems with betting numbers.
But is it hypocritical for players to be banned from betting while the teams and league rake in the cash by partnering with these betting companies? Dr. Victor Matheson, professor of economics at the College of the Holy Cross, says the league and teams want the sponsorships and increased fan engagement.
But they understand that their employees aren't allowed to use that. And that's not necessarily hypocritical, saying, hey, this is something we want for fans, but that we don't want for our own employees.
At this point, some fans will just have to agree to disagree.
When I leave my house to come down here to make a bet, I already know who's playing and who ain't playing anyhow.
You get what you deserve. If you violated something, you broke the law, pay the price.
Now, the NFL said that a league review uncovered no evidence indicating any inside information was used and that any game was compromised in any way. We're live at FedEx Field. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
And tonight we're tracking the toll on businesses near the long-delayed Purple Line.
That's right. The end of construction is still at least 3 years away, but now there's a grant program available to help businesses keep their doors open. That is, if they can get them. Right now, our Yamari Sisse is joining us live from the Glenridge Shopping Center near construction site in Hyattsville. Yamari, what are small business owners telling you tonight?
Yeah, business owners say they're excited about the Purple Line coming in, but the biggest problem that they're facing due to this construction is that a lot of parking space has been lost because of the construction directly behind me. But there is a grant available that could ease their pain if they're able to get one. The Brothers Barbershop has been at Glenridge Shopping Center for more than 2 decades. It's a space for good conversations and a fresh haircut. Soon, it'll be a nearby stop along the new Purple Line.
Love it. We'll bring more clients in.
But so far, construction has been an issue, like making it more difficult for clients to park.
You have to park around the corner versus in front of us where we are, so it's not easy like it used to be.
FSC First, a financial program for small businesses in Prince George's County, launched a Purple Line grant to help businesses near Purple Line construction. Anthony Clyburn says he loved the idea, but he's having a hard time getting the grant.
There were some questions I needed to ask the company. They said they would get back to me. I haven't heard anything from them, so I couldn't finish the application because I was waiting on them to get back with me.
Clyburn says he was hoping to renovate the shop by buying new equipment and chairs to draw more customers and make them feel at home.
We kind of painted and something like that some years back, but it's time for upgrade. It's been a while.
He says he's looking forward to the new Metro line, but it's taking a lot longer than expected.
You know, to get the subway up the street, the new developments like home apartments and stuff around that area, so I think it's going to work out pretty good. Now hurry up with the Purple Line.
Now, we did reach out to FSC First for comment, but we didn't get a response back just yet. In the meantime, the Purple Line is expected to open in 2026. For now, reporting in Hyattsville, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sisse, DC News Now.
All right, Yamari, thank you. And listen up, Metro riders. 2 Metro stations will be closed this weekend. That's Union Station and Noma Metro Station. Both are closed Saturday and Sunday. Also worth noting, trains will not run between the Judiciary Square and Rhode Island Avenue stations. Shuttle buses will run between the 2 instead.